Very pleased to say that First Science Cafe, at least in Georgia, has been open today. So when we were renovating National Museum, we were thinking how make it more accessible for the public and to use different tools. And one of the issues was how we can promote science and how we can bring science to more and more of the public. And I think the tool to use Cafe, Science Cafe, as an opportunity to talk about big issues on science, but at the same time speak on the, let's say, general level, I think it's a very important point for us. So today, 15th of August 2012, is the birthday of the Science Cafe. And it's symbolic. On the birthday we will talk about our earliest ancestor. So on one hand we are new, but from other hand we are talking about really first human ancestor, where we could speak about how human lineage is starting. We will have, of course, different lectures, and I guess you will not consider conflict of interest that we are starting off my own profession. But I would say this is something which is internationally interesting point, but it's also very important for our history, I mean for human history. I am happy to see here different listeners. Among them are high-class professionals like Philip or Lorenzo, Laura or any others. But we have also young people who are members of Manissi Science, Manissi School, and also we have just visitors. You didn't know that you were listening, right? So this is the idea that how in museum you can meet high-class science, and our main slogan is science, art should meet other and make culture. And I want to give a word to my very close friend, and a person who is really who made a revolution in our field. You know, last year when I was presenting Michel in Manissi, I said a few words. Everybody knows who is Michel Brunet, a man who is the symbol of the dedication to the science, a man who spent several decades, dozens of years, searching for the fossils. But last year I had the pleasure to see how he works in chart. And then I realized what is the difference between real paleontology and paleontology and so on. And if I would say to young people, if you want to take who is the hero in our field, one of the champions is Michel Brunet. And I'm very pleased that each year Michel is coming here to spend some of his days in Tbilisi and in Batumi with us, but also he is always volunteer to speak with you, to speak on his very unique experience. And I'm really very pleased that first speaker in Science Cafe is Michel Brunet. Please, Michel.
Thank you very much, David. So, you know all about me. First, the first one, you know that French. And my French is better than my English. So, like that. I'm very honored to be here for the birthday of this place. And I think that this place is a very important one because it's a meeting point between science and cities, between science and young people. And it's very important to have this kind of forum. It is the first one in Georgia, and I think that it's the first one from a lot of countries, because you are not allowed enough, which is a pity. Second point, I shall try to say somewhere about what I know of what I think about human story. But in fact, the conclusion is we have to go to the field. We have to get more fossils. Because till now, even if we have some very nice fossils, David and his team have very nice one in Manise. But Manise is a point. If you are looking in Eurasia for another point, you have other point, but you have no fossil. And when you have fossil, you have just little bit. In Africa, we were speaking just before coming here, and if you compare the Manise 1.8 million with what is known in Africa, and remember, paleoanthropologists are working a long time ago in Africa. In Africa, you have less good fossils than in Manise at 1.8. If you look for older fossils, it's the same. And it's a big problem because we have not a lot of fossils. We have not enough to tell you all the story. And with this story, you want to know all the story, and you want to know the truth. We are not able to tell you at this moment. We have not enough fossils. And it's a good thing for all the young people. You are here, and now you know that you have still a lot to do. A lot. Of course. David told you, if you want to become paleoanthropologist or paleontologist, before you have to think about, look at me, just a few seconds. When I decide to go to the field to look for early hominins. And when I found the first one, between these 2 points, you have 25 years. Just imagine a moment that tomorrow morning you are going to look for mushroom in the forest, and just think that you shall find the first one 35 years later. Yeah. So, you have to know about that. And when you begin, you have to be sure that you want. If you don't want, forget it. Forget it. Go to Batumi, to the sea border. So, I think that the best is that you look to this, some picture. It's a movie from where we are working with my team, Abel is the name of the first Australopithecine, first Australopithecus found west of the Rift Valley. When I go west of the Rift, my dear colleague, I have a lot, were thinking that I was completely crazy. Because of course, Australopithecus hominid, early hominid, are all east of the Rift, in South Africa. I think that the main thing we did with my team is to show that the early hominid were spread probably all over Africa very early. But for this time, now, what we did, we showed that. But we are just like American people when they go to the moon. They go with a flag and put one. We go west of the Rift and we find two hominids. An Australopithecus and another one. So we have two flags. It's all. But with two flags, believe me, it's not possible to tell you all the story. So, what I can tell you is the beginning of something. You shall learn about the story, all the story later. We need to do more work in the film. So, now, look at the movie. Thanks.